Good morning, good afternoon. Well, here we are again. Thanks. Picks, come on then. Come on then, up. Come on then, up. Come on then, up. Good girl. Good girl. Oh man, a mullet is never a good look. Get rid of that little tail. One amazing thing about Aussie rules is there's a lot of funny haircuts. Is the restrictions over in Australia, is it very localised at the moment? Because the Sydney Swans game the other week had a big crowd, and the Port Adelaide game had a big crowd as well. I assume it's bad. It's currently bad where this game is. So how is everyone? Everyone having a good day? This is early in the morning. This is very early in the morning again. Oh man. Mullets, just not a good look, are they? Not a good look. Well, I know... yeah. I suppose the thing is, it's like Australia is such a big place as well, isn't it? Australia is such a big place that you can have those clusters of COVID problems. Yeah, I suppose you can. I suppose it's like it's like looking down one of your big states is like looking down the UK. It's size wise. But look, we're doing well here. How's the Adam? I'm glad everyone else agree. I'm glad other people agree mullets are awful. Just reminds me of Americans from the what is not Southern Americans. Let's just say. Yeah. How's the vaccinations going over in Australia? Because over, obviously, in the UK, we're doing pretty well. I've had one. Wife's had two. So the vaccinations are really shutting down the virus. Slow. That's a shame that we've got the vaccine, so there's no reason why not to have the vaccine rolled out, because and to speed it up, because as you can see in the UK, it's working. It's working. I think in my town city, I think we had about 12 cases, which is nothing. It's nothing for a city of 100,000 or whatever. 12 cases in a week is not a lot. Ah, Pamela, blood clots. People on the pill. The girls on the pill have more chance of getting a blood clot. People flying in an aeroplane have got more chance of a blood clot. Oh, Jesus, that black dude's big. He is a tall boy. If you need the game, hang on a second. Let me get the link. Let me find the link to my... I'm watching on Fox 504. Let me get my link to my Discord, and I am showing it on Discord. Game's about to start. There you go. Let's turn up some noise. Yeah, because I'm streaming. Because I'm streaming from a streaming service, it's I'm slightly behind. I'm on quarter one 1915. I tell you what, you notice the difference without the crowd, and we've said this with all the sports. We said this with all the sports in that without a crowd, it's just like a training match. And I assume they're pumping in the crowd noises, but it's just not the same, is it? It's just really not the same. I was watching the first half. I was watching the first half of the Port Adelaide game last week, and the crowd were all singing. I can't remember what song they sung. They sung a song right at the start, and you get all the pom-poms, and it's just such a great atmosphere. But it's just not the same, is it? There you go. Never Tear You Apart. That was the song. That was the song. There we go. I didn't even see any Barrett. I didn't even see any banners they run through. Yeah, yeah, I just didn't see. No. God, I'm getting some buffering today. Yeah, for some reason my stream is buffering a little bit. Oh. My stream is buffering. How annoying is that? He was being to get a goal like that. He had the number 8 on his back, all over him. So fair play to that. Do all the coaches always sit up in the stands in a little booth? I assume it's easier for the coaches to see the whole field of play. Yeah. The only thought of them sitting high up is great because they can obviously see they can see the whole field, and bearing in mind it's the Oval, it's a big field. But how do they then command the players? How do they then shout at the players tactically? I know on a football match and soccer, it's as a manager, it's easier to see the whole pitch because it's a rectangle, it's smaller. But they're there on the pitch to. They're on the pitch so that obviously they can then scream at the players. Okay, but it all depends, I suppose, if these runners that you're calling, how effective can the runners get the message across? Because obviously a manager in football, they are the main ones that command the team, and that is one of the reasons why the owners of the clubs buy these managers, so that not quite. Oh, my nose. Yeah, I said it almost seems, well, maybe the line coaches are football's equivalent to the assistant manager. Still has the ability to communicate. But not necessarily as much technical know-how as the manager. I don't know. it's just quite interesting to see that everyone on not mobile phones, on corded phones all the time. Can't rely on signal in a stadium, can you? I don't support any team. As a football, as a soccer, oh man, corded phones. That's what's quite funny. But I suppose, like I said, if you ever go to a football stadium and you try and use your phone, there is never any signal. So it makes sense. But yeah, who do I support in football / soccer? It's Southampton. I now support, if you haven't seen my videos, I now support in rugby union. I support London Irish, because someone was kind enough to buy me a London Irish shirt, which was insane. He's going for a big one. Well, quarter 1, 12 minutes and 49 left, and it is 12-0. 12-0. But I did say, I think I said in possibly the last live stream I did. Now, I'm really enjoying the sports. I'm really enjoying rugby union, league, and Aussie rules. Really enjoying it. But I don't know any teams, really. I don't know players. I'm just focusing on the sports. So I kind of said in jest, I said, look, if anyone wants to buy me a shirt and send me a shirt, then I will support that team, simply because I don't know any teams, really. I've heard of, obviously, the names, but I don't know what they're like. I don't know, when guy Alex bought me the London Irish, what was great to hear is, I did a little video, a little opening video, and the comments afterwards wonderful, because even if people weren't a London Irish fan, they were saying, London Irish, such a lovely community club, always have a laugh, always have fun at stadiums. So that was amazing to hear. Now, I wouldn't have necessarily chose London Irish because I didn't really know anything about them. I didn't know anything about any club. But by getting it, I'm looking forward to going to, London Irish play at Brentford Stadium, so I'll be going there when it all kicks off again. I didn't make the mark. But yeah. Dave, if you do, that's amazing. That would be, unbelievably kind. No one has to. No one has to. No one has to. But if anyone wants to, you can email me. Add me on Discord. Add me on Discord, and I will happily send details. But honestly, no one has to. It's just it was said in jest. But I would, if you do, I'll love you forever. How many people we got? Only 3 people watching on my Discord. I tell you what, West Coast, they are not really doing anything, are they? They're not really. Yes, mate. Yeah. If you want me to show you, I'll happily. But West Coast, they're not really doing much, are they? They're almost pinned in their own. Do you have halves? I'm going to say halves. They're almost pinned in their own half and not really able to get out. But if does anyone want to see what's in? Does anyone want to see what's in the back? If you want to see what's in this, let me know. Let me know, and I'll I can show you if anyone wants to see. I am happy to show you. Did I start in the late 80s? Gabriel? Yeah, Gabriel. I'm going to assume it's Gabriel. I'm 31, born in 1990. So, no, not the late 80s. I started playing when I was about... when I was like 10. I started playing when I was about 10 till about the age of 14. Stopped, sold all my stuff, and then I started again about 2 years ago. Ignore the tracky bottoms. The tracky bottoms is because I just got, not long been out of bed. Okay. Well, it's not technically the other end, near the half then, is it? I'll quickly, for anyone that's interested, my most recent pieces that I did, as I'm an orc collector. Trying to focus on that is a bit tricky, isn't it? There is... Oh, hello. Hello. Eagles are back in it. The yellow and blue back in. So there is my Gaz goal. And this is my most recent piece, which was quite large. There you go. There is my Norzilla. There you go. For anyone that was interested. They are loving it. The commentators are loving this goal. Hang on. Nice. Hooked his leg. Really hooked his... Oh, he pinched that ball off him. Unbelievable. Dan, yes, it cost a fair few pounds. And not cheap. Would I have played Aussie rules if it was in England? Or is it too rough for me? Now, granted, guys, I've always... Is it too rough for me? Probably. I said in a lot of the rugby videos, he's going for the kick. In. How well do I know the rules and slang of Aussie rules? I assume I've done about... Right, hang on. I'll go back to John's question about would I play if it was in England. Technically, it is in England. I think there are some teams. Possibly, I don't know. But I'm saying that the reason I didn't end up liking rugby was because in school, I was one of the smallest. I'm 5'7", so I'm not tall, and I just remember getting absolutely wiped out, and that just put me off. That really put me off. Maybe it is too physical for me. Maybe not now. Maybe not now as I'm older. But yeah, possibly. I really don't know. But it looks like something I would happily try. I've got Gaelic football to watch. I've got some Gaelic football to focus on at some point. I just want to focus on different sports rather than going from one video on one sport and then another video on another sport. I really want to focus yeah, I really want to focus on individual sports mainly. How well do I know? So the rules, actually, I found the rules quite simple when I watched the Sydney derby the other week. It was surprisingly easy to know the rules, or the laws. Now, granted, there's certain things that I don't know, but it was surprisingly easy to watch. Surprisingly easy to watch, really. Come on then, up. If that's what you want. Pixie's got the sneezes. Cheers, Corey. It's interesting. So I'm really enjoying the AFL. My stream is a pain in the backside at the moment. So if anyone's watching on Discord, there's only 2 people. Yeah. So what I'm trying to stress with my channel, and so I did the AFL video on the suspensions. Yeah, I was probably about that. I was probably shorter than that, to be honest. Z Perm. Yeah. So what I've been trying to stress with my channel is, so when I started doing the rugby videos, I was looking at rugby from a football referee perspective, and I was looking at the respect the referees get, how these big men weren't abusing the referee and everything and whatnot. And I was looking at it. I wasn't just one of these reactors that looks at big hits. Whoa. I wasn't doing that. I was looking more deeply at the sports, and I'm trying to do that with Aussie rules. So I'm looking at individual players, like I did with rugby. But also, I did the video where I was talking about red cards and yellow cards. Now, 50-50. People liked it, people didn't like it. In that, not that they didn't like it, but they completely disagreed with me. But the point of what I'm doing is that I want to look at the sports more deeply, rather than, as I said, other reactors who are just get excited over a big hit. The discussion I created, I think, is a good thing. You know, I created the discussion about, should red cards be introduced in the AFL? You know, yeah. Russell, I've been trying to find, because I've done a lot of referee videos on rugby, league and union. I've been trying to find a decent video on AFL umpires, and I just can't find anything decent, because I really want to see a video, not just their signals. I'm not massively fussed about the signals, but I want to be able to see the I want to be able to see how the interaction with the players happens with the referees or umpires, how they work together. But there's no, I just cannot find a decent video. So if anyone knows of any decent videos of, the umpires interacting with players, or, you know, any of those compilations, if any of you've seen my rugby referee compilations, if there are any videos like that, please let me know, because I am desperate to find one and I am struggling. Yeah, please do. Because as a football referee, Pix grabbing my fingers and biting my fingers. As a football referee, I think that is what's interesting, and what other people are finding interesting. It's that, hang on, the score is updated down there, and I'm just watching it. There we go, scored. That was a nice tight angle. Eagles have taken the lead. Dockers have fallen apart. Oh, mate, that'd be cool, Dave. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think that is what's been making the channel interesting for people. And once again, if I link back to the rugby referee compilations, and the Nigel Owens video compilations. People have been enjoying the football referee reacts to rugby referees and how I would do it in football and what I think the football can take from rugby. So yeah, hopefully people have been enjoying that, and obviously that's what I want to be able to do on AFL and then in future other sports as well. Focus on the referees. Duck has fallen apart. Yeah, exactly. Crumbling. Good job it's only the first quarter. Yeah, I said I like those different perspectives. I was told in a I think in another video or another stream as well. I think it was the rugby commentators video I did, and another perspective. So someone told me about the podcast Q Commentator. So I was listening to the podcast, and he was talking to Nigel Yalden, and that's another perspective on sport, looking at the commentators basically. Oh, it's sneezy. All the animals are sneezy. Oh man. Falling apart. Dockers should be livid. Shouldn't they? Like, how many of these marks are uncontested? Like, ridiculous. I said, West Coast now have had 2 marks basically. 2 marks uncontested. All the space in the world to catch. Oh, straight in the face. Right. I'm wondering if they're going to go for a kick, so I'm kind of half looking down here, half looking at the screen. Dockers have got the ball, I think about 40 yards out, 40 metres out. Buffers. This stream today has been dreadful. There we go. Well, they're back in within 6. Yeah. Ugh. Buffered, right? Is it? It's right. I got back to it. I have found the funny thing with Aussie rules is that, so when I watched the Sydney game, the Sydney derby the other week, it just shows how easy a comeback can be. Who were they playing? It was Sydney Swans versus West Coast. Greater Western, sorry. And Greater Western looked completely out of the game. And then all of a sudden, 10 minutes, well, there was about 5 minutes left, and they ended up winning the game. And it was like, oh my God, how quickly can the game change, and how quickly points can be gained. Crazy. And I think that leads to an exciting game as well by being able to score quickly. Oh man, this buffering today. Oh, it was a great. I tell you what, Zed Perm for my first game to watch. It was bloody brilliant. It was really, really good game to watch, and I think that is all I wanted. Um, "24-25." That was that Fremantle goal was from a tight angle, wasn't it? Nice tight angle. Oh, my video today. Streaming today. They need to reset these servers. Tasmania. Fishing the northwest. Nice to have you, buddy. What is interesting actually is another thing that's interesting is where in the where it shows the score at the top. What's interesting is that it shows the goals and the behinds, and it's a real good way of analysing how the game's going, because sometimes when you see the team and they've got more behinds than goals, siren's gone for me. Siren's gone. I'm going to turn the desktop sound down. Hopefully buffering will improve. Yeah, it makes by having the goals and behinds on the scoreboard makes it an easy way for just a general viewer to analyse the game, because what I've been seeing is if you don't get those goals, if it's all well and good getting the behinds, but if you're not getting the goals, it's just not good enough. And it's the difference of maybe even that much, a couple of yards, for example, in or out between being a goal and a behind. I think that's interesting. And now that I know about goals and behinds, it makes it easy for a simpleton like me to understand, which is good. I am going to have a quick. My nose is going. I've got really bad hay fever. So I will be back. I need like a screen. I need to be able to put a screen up like toilet break. Yeah. Fishing the northwest. You'll be my question in a second. Hold on. Oh, I'm back. I'm back. Right, fishing the northwest. Fishing the northwest. I'm loving. So I'm absolutely loving AFL. It's brilliant because it's almost like either Aussie Rules has taken all the other sports and just taken the best bits and put it into their sport, or every other sport has just taken bits of Aussie Rules and taken it for themselves. It's brilliant. It's brilliant. And doing some of the videos, like I said, the sending off video that I done, where I spoke about if someone intentionally assaults someone, they should be sent off the pitch. Now, I've had comments saying, "Oh, well, if you don't like it, go back to watching soccer, football." But that's not the point. That's not the point. I am really enjoying Aussie Rules. I'm absolutely loving it. The point is, I'm trying to create discussion and debate, and and I've said this already, but I'm trying to look at the sports, rugby league, rugby union, even football, soccer, and Aussie Rules, and looking at it deeper than other reactors. Other reactors will only look at the big hits videos and be like, "Whoa, a big hit," but I'm not doing that. I'm being respectful for the sports, and I'm trying to dive into the referees, to players, more detailed things. I hope people appreciate that. But yeah, at the moment, I'm really loving Aussie Rules. I got up at 7 o'clock on a Sunday morning to watch it. So if I didn't like it, I probably wouldn't have done that. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. If ever I come to Australia, I know my dad's got some long lost cousins in Australia that he's seen a few times. So maybe I'll take a trip down to Australia with him and watch a game. I think they're Melbourne way, I think. Yeah. Gabriel, yeah. If anyone's watched, so the first Aussie Rules video I watched was the Aussie Rules Explained, because I literally had no idea what Aussie Rules even was. I had no idea what Aussie Rules even was. So one of the things was I couldn't understand. I didn't understand the scoreboard. Yeah, I couldn't understand the scoreboard. But as soon as you're actually watching it, this is the thing. It's all easy looking at rules and the laws on a video or on a book. But until you see it in a match, it's yeah. As soon as you see the match, it was easy. I looked at the scoreboard. People explained. I know exactly. So, for example, at the moment, West Coast got 4 goals, 2 behinds. So six times 4, 2 times 1. Fremantle have got 4 goals, 4 times 6. And it just gives you that little bit of brief analysis. And you can see, at the moment, it's a close game. You would think it's a close game. But West Coast have had 2 chances where they could have got 6 points. As in, 12 points they could have got. So it's a nice, easy analysis. So, yeah. So the chips, thanks for joining me. So I think I'm getting them. I don't think the rules are that complicated, luckily. I don't think the rules are that complicated. There's a few things I still don't know about. There might be. It's quite free flowing, and I understand that it's quite free flowing. So there's not ridiculous amounts of laws. But that's another thing where I'd want to speak to a AFL ref or watch some AFL videos on the referees as well. Yes, there are teams bond collected. There are teams in London and around the country. I did look on a Wikipedia the other week. Is there anything Is there anything I still don't understand? Not really. Not on the fact that I don't understand. I still question the fact there's no red cards, and I think it's wrong for intended assault. Only intended assault. That's all I'm talking about. But yeah, what does it sound like? Rugby league. I'm really enjoying rugby league as well. I'm really enjoying rugby league as well because it's quite fast paced. Actually, I don't think it's anything like American football, which is quite funny. First of all, before watching rugby league, I thought, yeah, it seems a bit like it seems a little bit like American football. And actually, I watched it and I'm like, yeah, no, it doesn't. It's nothing like American football. Adam, I think it's maybe my mind. I think maybe my mindset that allowed me to pick up the rules as I'm a football referee. I'm a football. Oh, hello. Hang on. The scoreboard's changed. Nice tight angle. 30-26. 30-26. Yeah, mate. If someone punches someone, they should be off. I think someone was telling me how someone punched someone in a game, and it was the final. They played on, got some goals. Well, how's that fair? You just knocked someone out and taken them off the pitch. But I know it's a disputed, and it's 50-50 in the country that want it and don't want it. But going on a tangent. But yeah. Oh, Ben, I understand, and I'm not complaining. I am not complaining. That's fine. I'm only talking about intended assault. So if someone sees someone and goes punch, it's not a part of the game. It's not a part of the game. I'm sorry, it's not a part of the game. And like I said, they stay on, and they influence the game. And how's that fair? You've just taken someone off the pitch by assaulting them. If that was off the pitch, that would be a policeman dealing with it. And don't get me wrong, I think the suspensions are brilliant. The suspensions are brilliant because they are long. They are a deterrent. That's clearly why it doesn't happen very often. I get that. But I'm not talking, and I said, I'm not talking about normal bumps, accidental crashes into each other, accidentally going to push the ball away and hitting someone's face. That's not what I'm talking about. I possibly, Adam, I can't remember off the top of my head, but someone told me in the comments. So, on that side of things, Gabriel, look at rugby union's look at rugby's TMO. TMO is brilliant. Don't look at football's VAR, because VAR is an absolute joke and the referees don't enforce it properly and don't do it properly. Look at TMO in rugby. It is fantastic. It's basically like having a referee on the pitch, but who has a TV monitor in front of him. It's brilliant. But that is my opinion, and by you saying that, Gabriel, and other people have said yes, they agree with red cards for intended assault, that just shows how divided the conversation is. And yeah, Ben, I get, and the suspensions is clearly a great deterrent. So yeah, what team am I favouring for? Probably West Coast, but that's only because that's probably only because I've done the. There's a behind. There's mine. Yeah, probably West Coast. Only because thingy. What was his name? What was his name that plays from that I did a video on? Who did I do the video on that played for West Coast? Ryan, that's the one. Yeah. I've not really seen anything of the Dockers, so I don't really know them. So I'm going to say Liam, yeah, because I watched the video on Liam Ryan. That's what I'm rooting for. This is the problem. I do these videos on all these different players and specific stuff, and then I try and remember, and it's not quite so easy because I've done so many in such a short period of time. Did you guys play footy? Well, it looks like so. It looks like Dave Bell might be sending me a shirt. So it'll be whatever he sends me. It'll be whatever he sends me, which is awesome. So I've not decided yet. I will I will wait until a shirt arrives. Nice mark by the Dockers. How many's there? One, two, three, four, five. Five trying to get it. But yeah, it's brilliant because yeah, watch him send me a ref shirt. I'll be supporting the refs then. I can't even think what I was about to say. I was about to say something I can't think. I think yeah, with Aussie rules, like I was saying, Ben, you say about the massive variety of skills, and you're right. You're right in that 32, 37. You're right about it being a load of skills, and I made the point earlier that it's almost like Aussie rules has taken all the best bits from all the other sports and made Aussie rules. It's either they've either done that or they've either done that or obviously they've all the other sports took bits of Aussie rules. I don't know which way round, but there's so much involved. There's so much involved. I forgot about my tea and now it's cold. Russell, I find that amazing. So I watched the Wells video. I was amazed. I'm amazed how old Aussie Rules is. Like, yeah, astounded by how old Aussie Rules is. It's crazy to think. I just every time the umpires, and they never have they need to crack a smile. These umpires, they need to crack a smile. Honestly, their faces are so serious every time they give a goal signal. So funny. Gabriel, I've done a few I have done a difference with league and union. I've done a history of league and I've done a history of union. I really like the history of the rugby league video that I did. It's a Yorkshire girl that did it. Really good. So if you haven't seen it, honestly, go look on my channel or her channel, Yorkshire's Histories or something like that. Really good video. The problem is over here, league isn't as big. Didn't get quite as many views, but that doesn't matter. I don't necessarily do it for that. Yeah, Blaine. I think you pronounce it Blaine. I watched when I watched, what was it? Was it the 70s and 80s violent whatever? That video. You see them in they look like scientists. They had these blazers and yeah, they looked almost a little bit like scientists with their white coats on, which was quite amusing. Well, 38-43. I just think, just crack a smile, umpires. Show a bit of emotion. Russell, it's quite funny because when the player knows he's going to score and he kicks it from about a yard away from the goal, and the umpire is standing literally right in front of him. There's been a few times either in the highlight videos or when I was watching live, and I'm thinking that player is literally going to kick the ball straight at that umpire behind the goal, literally right in line, and he ends up just kicking it into there. But yeah. Adam, you shouldn't be yelling at the umpires. You shouldn't be yelling at referees. Right? This is what we moan about in football with players moaning at the referees. Quick reply. Quick reply. Looks like it's going to be a high-scoring game. I don't know about you guys. What you think? Back and forth, back and forth. Yeah, that makes sense, Ben. Rural show. I assume you mean like country shows like we have over here. Razor Ray. I'm going to have to Google Razor Ray now. I'm looking. Who is Razor Ray? He better be handsome. If he's really ugly, I'm going to be really upset. Right. This is... So, Gabriel... To be fair, I think I've made that sort of face when I've been refereeing football. Look, I don't think it's... it doesn't look like me, if I'm honest. But I think I've certainly had reactions like that. Funny. To be fair, I think I like... So one thing... Nigel Owens, I don't know if I don't think so. I like a referee to have personality. you know, if I don't know if you Aussies that are watching this game, honestly, back to this game quickly. I've obviously not got to this goal yet, 44-38. They're just making a substitute and they're kicking now. There we go. There we go, 44-50. This is back and forth, really back and forth. Insane. Yeah, I like the referees having a personality, and Nigel Owens. I don't know if you Aussies have heard of Nigel Owens in rugby. I'd like to think you would have if any of you enjoy rugby, but the fact that he has the character, you know, he will say to the players, "This is not soccer." And even as a soccer football fan myself, I'm embarrassed by the sport. And it's funny because he says this is not soccer to the players. And straight away, it deals with the players because they don't want to act like prats like in soccer. God, that is a ginger mullet. That was a ginger mullet and a half. Oh my word. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, that ginger mullet. But talking about personalities, we've got in football we've got Mike Dean. Now I'm not saying Mike Dean's the best referee at all, but he's a Tranmere Rovers supporter, and so which Tranmere Rovers are in the Football League, so lower down in the pyramid, and and there's been clips of Mike Dean in the stands celebrating, partying, dancing around with the other fans, and I think yeah, having a referee showing his personality, I think is great. I think it's fantastic because what people need to realise is referees in all sports, they are humans. They get things right, they get things wrong, they have feelings. You know, they don't deserve the abuse. And I think having the personality shows that and highlights the fact that we're humans, just like players, you know, show emotions. But yeah. Thanks, Fish in the Northwest. Thanks, buddy. To be fair, I am doing well with subscribers, going up fairly well. So it shows that I must be doing something right. I must be doing something right. I know you missed. I know you probably. I think you came in a bit later, but I was just saying I'm trying to do reactions differently to every other. I'm not one of these American. I'm not American, but I'm not like one of these American reactors that looks at all the big hits videos and is like, whoa, a big hit. I'm trying to get deeper into the sports, learn about the sports. I'm watching the sports with you guys. I want to have more detail and learn. I'm willing to learn. I'm not just looking at the big hits. That's why I've literally done... Well, I've not done really any big hits videos. I've done kind of one little compilation where I've mixed it with rugby, AFL, and then a joke soccer one. But yeah. How many non-Aussies watch your AFL reactions? Not many. Not many. I've got people on my Discord that watch it. Not many. I tell you what, so for example... Oh man, you've just seen something before me. I'm going to have to watch that now. Hang on. Oh! Ouch. Good job those posts are padded. That is why those posts are padded, right? Same in rugby, the posts are padded. Let me have a look at... I'll have a look at my... So my video on AFL Explained has been... It just blew up for my size channel. Now, let me go look at it. If I can find it. Come on. Aussie rules explained. Analytics. So my audience... my audience for the Aussie rules explained video... that wasn't too bad. That running into the... well, back into the post wasn't too bad. Yeah. So I've had on views, I've had 30,000 views. 30,000 views on my Aussie Rules Explained video. 93.8 has been from Australia. 1.3 has been from UK. So, yeah. Let's just say it's mainly Aussies that are watching the Aussie Rules videos. Which is fine by me. It's fine by me. The time zone's a bit tricky, but yeah. Adam, I can see you. I can see Aussies love their football. I can see they love... I think you guys love your football like we love our football, our soccer. It's the passion. It's the passion. It's that why you love it is because you were brought up with it as a child. You know, as a child, you dream of playing it. Just as the same here. As a child, I dreamed of playing football, soccer. This is the only tricky thing with doing Aussie Rules videos and talking about football, my football, is because I keep having to say football, soccer, just to double check, just to make sure you guys know what I'm talking about at the time. Yeah, exactly. And I think if you've got a culture who dream as a child of playing a high level, whether or not you're going to make it or not, that's what adds to the culture, and that is what makes people passionate about it. Just look recently. Now, you probably wouldn't have watched it. You guys probably wouldn't have watched it, but if you... So in the UK and in Europe, we've just had the whole issue with a European Super League, which, whether you agree with it or not, I disagree with it, obviously. You can watch the videos if you like, but all the big clubs, self-proclaimed big clubs, they wanted to create a league with just the big clubs, just to make money. That's all it was. But the point I'm making is, because we love, in the UK, in England, we love football, our football. The outrage was insane. And within 48 hours, all the clubs had pulled out. And there's another 6 points. 62-51. Nice. But the outrage came because people in England and UK are passionate about their sport. And that is the same for you guys. And I've seen how passionate you guys are by the comments in my video I did about red and yellow cards or red cards in Aussie rules. You know, that's how passionate you are. And that's fine. That's fine. Create the conversation. Create the discussion. Always look to improve the sports that you'd love. That's the thing. Improve what you love, discuss, try and think of ways to make things better. That's what happens when you're passionate about. That's what happens when you are passionate about the sport, and that's brilliant. But don't let your judgment be clouded just because you love the sport. As you can see by my videos, I'm so embarrassed of football at the moment. I don't know if you're... So, Room QM. Now, obviously, all referees at the top levels have microphones. But this is another discussion. Just like in rugby, I believe that football referees their mic should be audible to the broadcasting. Just for their benefit. The fans can hear what they're saying. They can understand why referees are given decisions. Also, the fans can hear the players being abusive as well, and hopefully that will stop that. But I don't know if you're talking about one that was in Australia for the A-League, and it's the guy's last game, and he's moved over to referee in the second division here in the Championship. But yeah, referees, their mic should be audible in the Premier League for sure. It's always good to beat your rivals, isn't it? Always good to beat your rivals. Yeah, yeah. I think it almost stops the pundits. Now, in all sports, you get these pundits that have no idea about refereeing and why decisions are made, but they all have their opinion. Nice mark, nice mark. And I think having the right referees mic'd up should also stop the criticism that they get. Now, I'm talking especially in football because, yeah, good idea to mic the referees up. Who have I got winning? So I think West Coast will win. I think West Coast will win this one, the Eagles, personally. But what do I know? You know, I'm just a stupid pommy, aren't I? How do you stop? Now, I stress this in a lot of videos as well. Ben, get watching my other videos. The problem with footballers diving, especially at the top level, is in football, it's all about the money. It's all about the money. Players are under such pressure to win because it's money. Now, I'm a firm believer. Now, the problem with diving is the players are diving and they are trying to cheat the referee. They're trying to cheat the referee at the end of the day. They're not going to make it look obvious. So it's not always easy for the referee to see. So I can't necessarily blame a referee for not giving it on first view. However, in football, we've got VAR, video assistant referee. So there is the option to look at the video assistant referee to have a replay yourself. So if you're able to have a replay and you see someone falling over before there's even any contact, then why the referees aren't cracking down on it? Now, it's either the referees that aren't doing it or they're being told not to do it by higher up. But I'm a firm believer there should be post-match repercussions. There should be. So many players diving, screaming for a foul, diving. There should be post-match repercussions for these players. Fines, suspensions, because diving has to be cracked out because it's cheating. That's all it is. It is cheating. Yeah, Adam, that's my point. Referees, I did a video with a guy called Gareth who's a rugby referee, and he's saying the one thing he does admire about football referees is they have to make, hang on, oh, I messed that up. You could hear him. You could see him swearing. Robs are always good. No, actually, no, not all Robs are good. I had a best friend called Rob Dick. Anyway, separate issue. Yeah, Freddie, suspensions then. They need to be suspended. Clubs need to be fined then, or clubs punishments, but suspensions then for these players. There is no reason for you. I'll give you an example. Mohamed Salah. I don't know if you know who Mohamed Salah is. Big money, plays for Liverpool. There was an incident month or two ago. He was running into the penalty area. He had his arm out like this. And he felt where the other player was. As soon as he touched the player, Salah fell over, right? But he made the contact. He won a penalty. They scored. I don't understand why he fell over. Literally, it's like someone brushed his arm. And, tattoo on my arm. Hang on. If you can see, hang on, that's probably easier to see. There's the tattoo. This is, yeah. The tattoo, I've got a few, but the tattoo is of my boy Joey, my cat Joey, who, he's still with us. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere, but he's got a brain tumour. He's 7. He's 7 years old, and he's back in August. He got diagnosed with a brain tumour. He was predicted 70 days, and that was back in August, and he's still with us. No kind of physical deterioration. I think he's got dementia now, though. Yeah, it sucks. So I've got a tattoo of him on my arm. The wife recently got his paw print tattoo as well. So she's just coming downstairs out of bed, and she's going to go get me a drink.
Okay.
Thanks. Yeah, sucks, but hey, that's the trouble with having pets, isn't it? VAR should be able to overturn. The problem with VAR is VAR is nonsense. It's nonsense. It's basically, rugby has TMO, right? TMO is brilliant, and football decided to reinvent the wheel and did a bad job. But VAR, it can overrule offsides. Either an offside or not offside, it can overrule. But with fouls and things like that, what they do is they look and they say to the referee, they say to the referee to go look at the monitor. So the referee makes that final decision. So it's only really offsides that the referee overturns, really. The VAR overturns. Siren sounds. Well, that was a good 6 points to finish the half. Let's turn this down a little bit. So is everyone else? Yeah, 75. Are you guys? I hope you guys are appreciating the scoreboard down below. I managed to work out how to do that for this stream. I had some help. Adds to the sports vibe. I think. Yeah, it makes it much nicer, I think. Gabriel, like I said though, it's all well and good giving cards for the dives, and we do give cards for dives if we see that they are dives. But bear in mind how quickly a referee has to think, see, react. A referee only gets one view. A referee gets one view normally, and they make the decision. Players are trying to cheat, so they're trying not to make it look obvious. They're trying to initiate contact or make it look like there was contact. So it's not easy to necessarily without video replay. It's not always easy for a referee to see. Think about how quickly a football referee has to make a decision. They don't necessarily always have the luxury of loads of replays. However, with VAR, yes, you're right. They should get these more spot on, and that's why I said there should be post-match repercussions. So, yeah, I've not seen any of the. I don't really look back at and watch old matches, to be honest. Mainly due to time. Watching randomly in my own time a match is a bit tricky because I'm so busy. Yeah. I don't know, Gabriel. I'm not sure. I think in football, I'm going to say soccer. I'll say soccer. In soccer, it's different. It's different because players are looking for penalties and free kicks because it gives an advantage. Um, but it's tricky. It's tricky because how do you then punish someone? Like I'm stressing, Gabriel. How do you then punish someone who has punched someone or has slid in with a dangerous slide? Studs up, raking their studs down someone's leg. In a dangerous manner. How do you punish them? You can't let them carry on playing. I'm sorry. How can you let them carry on playing? They've just endangered someone else's body. You can't let them play. They stay on and go and score a goal. Yeah, I'm sorry, I agree. And this is what people need to realise. Like you say, Gabriel, post-match repercussions. If they are found to be diving, punished. Punished heavily. That is the only way you crack down on these things. But yeah. Yeah, Russell, you're spot on as well, mate. The money is so big in football. The money is huge. Not at all levels, granted, not all levels, but at the top level, money is so important that, yeah. It's interesting. Hang on. So who said how long am I watching AFL for? Fish in the Northwest. Forever, mate. Fish in the Northwest forever. I'm sure. I'm sure I don't know. It depends how much content I can find for AFL. Really, I will still be doing live watch-alongs, just like I'm doing the rugby watch-alongs, for example. I think it's when the content starts drying up a little bit, I will then focus on another sport. But it doesn't mean I won't still do AFL videos. It will be as and when I find the videos. I find at the moment the problem with some of the AFL videos, and that's the same with rugby videos as well, is that with the compilations, there's always background music. There's background music so the other guys get away with the copyright. But the background music just means you upload it and then all of a sudden it's like copyright. And I think, So it's a bit tricky. Yeah. UFC, the problem. So I like boxing. I like the heavyweights, Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury, and whatnot. I love the boxing, and and boxing is exciting. The problem with UFC is UFC can be over very quickly. The problem with UFC really is not a lot really happens. Most of the time they're hooked up and nothing's happening. That is the issue with the UFC, and it's a tricky watch if I'm honest. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it is the most boring thing. Might as well be watching paint dry. But yeah. A little. So I know AFL's got a wage cap. I know there's a sort of a draft system. Is AFL more like American football in that sense, where it's got a draft system? And I tell you what, this is the one thing that I much prefer with soccer over sports that have a draft system. I don't like a draft system. I understand that it keeps things fair, and it means that anyone can win. But I like having a pyramid. I like having the ability to get promoted and relegated. The the ability to get promoted and relegated is key. It is, yeah, that is what you fight for. The highs and lows of getting promoted and relegated, and that yeah, that the football system, the pyramid system, is so much better in that sense. Um, you're always fighting to win, you know. And as a fan, the feeling of getting relegated is dreadful. But then getting promoted the next season is the biggest high. But no, I don't necessarily know much else about the league system and in wages and whatnot. What comment was I are you talking to me? Yeah, yeah, and like you're right, Rune QM. It makes games important. Now, Grant, if you're mid of the table, well, this was the thing. So this was the thing. When I did the Aussie Rules Explained video, now I said that I wasn't a fan of the finals system, the playoff final system that Aussie Rules has and other sports have. But you've just actually made the point that I didn't even think of at the time. It's not just about who wins, it's about who goes down. So granted, if you're mid-table, yeah, it can be a bit boring, but if you're fighting to stay off relegation and not get relegated, that is also exciting and important. So it's not just about winning, it's about the relegation as well. And so I think that's one thing the Aussies that watch AFL don't understand. You know, you have to fight to stay up. Yeah. Ex Freddie, I don't support a team at the moment. However, right, what are the comments? What's my first? So, I didn't have a favourite rugby team because, as I said, it's just like AFL. I'm new to rugby about 2 months ago, and I've been loving rugby. And a guy, Alex, was so kind. He sent me a London Irish top, and obviously, as I've said, look, if anyone wants to send me a top, I will. That's the team I'll support because I don't know about the teams, so it gives me a sort of a way in. So I received a London Irish top, and so yeah, I am now a London Irish fan. This top is beautiful. Yeah, I'm going to show you because if you haven't seen it, you Aussies probably haven't watched the rugby videos. Just like the UK haven't watched the Aussie rules videos. I am going to show you this top. Hold on. Are you ready? No, it's not a rugby referee shirt. Are you ready for one of the most beautiful tops I've ever seen? But nicer than a Southampton shirt that I support. How nice. Look at that. London Irish. Just the amount of advertising on it's insane. But I was kindly sent this shirt, and it is so nice. I didn't realise I was a fan of green. But what was lovely Is my stream? Are they just showing highlights or something? Yeah. So what I found. Oh man, it is so nice. What I found was amazing was, like I said, because I don't know teams and things. When I was sent this shirt, and I made a YouTube video as a thank you and whatnot, and the amount of rugby fans that were like, look, we don't support London Irish, but London Irish are one of those teams that people like. You know, you don't have to be a fan of them, but they like the team because their community's good. At the stadiums, they're all wearing the leprechaun hats, the Irish hats, and it's a good laugh. So actually they thought, yeah, we might not support the team, but not a bad team to support. So that was a nice thought. Oh. Indigenous Guernsey. Am I saying that right? Is it Indigenous Guernsey? Ah, Gabriel, man. So I tell you, you Aussies probably don't. You Aussies probably don't understand. You know, you probably haven't watched the videos of. I did a 1K thank yous video, and even when I did the thank you for the top sort of video. I started YouTube about 2.5 months ago, no time at all. And I thought, right, I'd just do it to make some videos. I've got time to kill, you know, during this pandemic. You know, I wasn't working as much, kill some time. So I'll do some videos. I saw some Americans doing their reactions. I thought, I can do that. Then I did a Nigel Owens rugby video. Well, make sure you do Room QM. They're fantastic videos. But yeah, I thought I'd do these videos. I did a Nigel Owens video talking about the respect that rugby referees get from the rugby players. And that boomed. I think that's on nearly 70,000 views. And I was getting a lot of rugby subscribers. So I was doing a lot of rugby videos and whatnot. And I was just humbled how people took an interest in me. And I'm a nobody at the end of the day. I'm a nobody. And people were taking an interest in me. People were having the discussions in the comments, watching my videos. I had guys contacting me to tell me stories about their lives, or I did a video on a Welsh rugby player who from the 40s or something like that, and his grandson sent me the message to tell me about his story, so I did a video on that. I've had a lovely guy who sent me some bottles of beer because where he lives is where the brewery is, and he was watching one of the live streams, and he was kind enough to send me, I didn't ask for it, but he sent me 3 bottles of beer. Doesn't seem like much, but the effort gone and his time and his money to send me, it's insane. With the shirt, he sent me a shirt that he spent money on me. And so from starting just doing this to make videos to being humbled by people who are paying an interest in what I've got to say, it's sort of mind-blowing, really. It really is sort of mind-blowing how I'd like... Yeah, I don't know how else to put it. That it's brilliant that people are wanting to listen to me in the first place. Whether it's 10 people, 1,000 people. I'm loving the experience. And the ability to learn other things. The path I've now taken is a lot more sport stuff. I'm still doing taste testing with my wife. doing different food from different countries and things. That's great. I'm doing a lot of sports. Yeah, the reaction's amazing. You get the odd person that insults you and things, but you've just got to laugh at it and be sarcastic back, really. Did I see Peterborough's dodgy penalty? I didn't. Was that recent, Sean? When was that? Tell me when that was and I'll have a quick look. Or you can join the Discord and then link me a YouTube clip. But I did see Vestergaard getting sent off the other day when it wasn't even a free kick. Fish in the Northwest, thanks man. Honestly, just humbled. What more can I say? Just humbled. It's interesting. How many AFL games am I watching a week? So this will be my third. So I watched the Sydney Derby. I watched the Port Adelaide, the first half of the Port Adelaide game last week, and obviously this game. The difficult thing with AFL and Aussie sports is the time difference, because obviously for me it is now 9 o'clock, 12 minutes past 9 in the morning. I got up at 7 o'clock to watch this game, and that's the difficult thing. Now, normally on a Saturday morning, one of my businesses is I'm a football coach, so I teach children 3 to 11 football. I normally coach on a Saturday morning, so it makes it tricky to watch any Saturday games of AFL. Normally I referee on a Sunday morning. I've got Achilles problems, so I'm not refereeing for a while. Hence why I can do this. So that's great. If I've got an audience for it, I will watch them as long as I'm available, basically. That's the main thing. It's just finding the time and not working or not doing something else at the same time. I know I've had people, for example, asking about if I'm going to do a live watch along for certain rugby games, and it's a matter of if I'm available. Just about squeezed through. 76-57. Yeah. Yeah, it's evening time for you guys now. That's the thing, isn't it? It's evening time. What do I do on a Friday morning? Well, Friday morning is work. So, as I said, I'm a football coach, but also in the mornings I'm a dog walker. So I have another business which is Woof and Meow Pet Services. So, yeah, Monday to Friday I'm walking dogs. Yeah, so it's tricky. It's tricky. But Sundays at the moment, if there's a good game on and the wife doesn't want me, even though she always wants me, obviously. Yeah. Arguably AFL. There seems to be a lot of derby games, doesn't there, from the same cities? Who's Frio? Can anyone tell me what Frio is? Josh, what is a Frio? Fremantle, okay. Oh, you're a Dockers fan. Josh, are you watching the game? Nice mark from Ginge. Ginge with the mullet. Someone needs to shave that ginger dude's hair off. That is the worst mullet I've ever seen. Yeah. It's literally the worst thing I've ever seen. Lando, nice to have you, buddy. Nice to have you. Did Crocodile Dundee have a mullet? I can't remember. I haven't seen it in years. Like I said, the mullet just reminds me of a Southern American. Just dreadful look. Yeah, tell you what, if you want a good haircut, I did a reaction on mullets do not rule, Gabriel. Mullets do not rule. I'm sorry. If you want a good haircut, I did a video on a rugby player called Faf de Klerk, South African. Faf de Klerk. Beautiful hair. This game is insane. It literally, it's Gabriel. Not for the faint-hearted, yeah. There are just too many with a mullet. What is it with people? Oh man, Raphael, please don't tell me you've got a mullet. Raphael, don't do it to me, man. Why would you do it? I hope you did it just for a laugh. I hope you did it for a laugh and not to be serious. Jesus. Don't know why you do it. Oh man, argue. D-turn. Hello, mate. Arguably AFL. What you need to do, all right, is when he's asleep. When he's asleep, mate, get the old scissors and just do that, all right. Do it for his own well-being, all right. As you can see, Dieter, it is a bloody close game. Back and forth. Back and forth. 77-69. Dockers score. Eagles score. Dockers score. Eagles score. Yes. Mate. Adam, you're so right. Gabriel, the Bible is a fairy tale story, buddy. Alright? For all you know, he had a dress on and was called Samsonina? I don't know. A woman, I don't know. Lando, I want I want the Eagles to win, only because I did a reaction video the other day of Liam Ryan, who isn't even playing in this game, but yeah. And Russell, mate, I've only got this hair. My hair's going. Look at the hairline going. The hairline is going. So I wish I had hair for a mullet. Not that I would have a mullet, but the point is there exactly. A mystical mullet. A mystical mullet that held the power. As long as you Aussies can take the mick out of yourselves, that's the main thing. Alright? That is the main thing. As long as you guys don't mind admitting that mullets look stupid. Good. That's the point. That's the point. Have some people to chat to. Have some people to chat to. Watch the game. Yeah, that's what you want to do. Cheers for joining Fishing the Northwest. Hopefully I'll see you again soon. Join in on the discussions in the future, buddy. Freddie, if I had a mullet, Charlie, would you be all over me?
No.
No. There you go. She's answered. She would not be all over me if I had a mullet. Half the girls have got mullets. Surely they're not mullets if the girls have got them. Just wear flip-flops.
Because I want flip-flops. It looks much less red.
Boating, camping, fishing, buckethy fun? No idea. No idea what we're on about. Something to do with fishing, I reckon. Which way is this game gonna go? Which way is it gonna go? I don't know. Dieter, for 10k subs, I am not growing a mullet. For 10k subs, I will give you my fantastic knowledge of my sport, my great analysis, the great discussion I can bring up in sports. I will not be growing a mullet, I can tell you that for nothing. I have a social... Well, I say I have a social life. I don't have a social life. 1 point. Yeah, I don't have a social life, but I do have to work. 1 million subs. If I get 1 million subs, I will grow a mullet. 1 million subs, okay? If I get 1 million subs, then I probably can give up work and therefore don't have to see people as much. So maybe for 1 million, right? I'll hold it. Yeah, you can hold me to that 1 million subs, and I'll grow a mullet. As soon as the mullets come in, though, I cut it. Okay, so I'll only have the mullet for a day. Yeah. Yeah. If I had a mullet, they know I'd have some kahunas and all that, some balls. Maybe well, I'm not sure if I'd get more, as a referee, I'm not sure if I'd get more abuse having a mullet. They take the piss out of my hair as it is. What other sports? What other sports do I like to watch? Adam, go create 1 million accounts. But if you do create 1 million accounts, make sure you've got 1 million devices and make sure 1 million devices are watching my videos. All right? That's the only way you can do it. It's not that I can't, arguably AFL, it's not that I can't work with a mullet. That's not the point. The point is that I will be laughed at and people will stare at me and it'll be embarrassing. It's not like I can't work with a mullet. Lando, what other sports do I like to watch? Well, obviously I'm a football, soccer fan, but at the moment that's frustrating to watch that. I watch wrestling. I watch professional wrestling, AEW, all the way AEW. Is that a sport? I'm not sure. But yeah, they're the two main things. Watching rugby union, watching rugby league, now Aussie rules as well. I think this is probably, since doing this YouTube, 6 points, 6 points. Go on, make that sign. I think this is probably, the most sport I've been watching in a long time, to be honest, because I've got literally 4 sports to watch now, which is great. Oh man, I don't know if any of you Aussies are wrestling fans, but this week on AEW is Blood and Guts, which is basically war games. So 2 rings surrounded by a cage. Starts with 1-on-1, then 2-on-1, then 2-on-2, 3-on. Anyway, I cannot wait. Yeah, there will be a reaction, I'm sure, to the Blood and Guts on Thursday. I cannot wait. Chris Jericho is insane. How at his age is he still able to do things he does and be at the top of the game? It's insane. But yeah, that's a different subject. I'm buzzing for it. Absolutely buzzing for it. I'll be watching it. When will I be watching it? Maybe Thursday during the day at some point. This is the problem with the time zones. Is because I watch wrestling. Wrestling is Americans. Gabriel, give it up with this mullet. Just give it up. Don't link it to Orcs because I like Orcs. That's not fair. Alright? I'm such a geek. I'm such a sporty geek. Such a weird mix I am. Gazgol would not look good with a mullet, mate. Okay? That would not look good with a mullet. Okay? Just stop. Oh, man. Arguably AFL. Bearing in mind, wrestling is huge in Japan as well. So, I did a vid. If you get a chance, arguably arguably AFL, go watch the video I made yesterday, and it was on a guy called Walter, who is huge, and he just chops everyone. And I make the point that in wrestling... Hang on, I'm just going to watch this. Did he score? No, he got 1, didn't he? He got behind. In wrestling, yes, I know it's scripted. I know it's scripted, and they know the winner. They know the winner, but it's enjoying the athleticism. It's enjoying the choreography, the teamwork, the awesome moves, the moments where you like, oh, that must have hurt. And even sometimes watching the botches where they mess up and thinking, yeah, that was quite funny. And the storylines as well. It's like watching a TV series. That's what it is. Alternative video name, mullet, yes or no? Do you think I would get literally loads of Aussies watching that if I did a video? And maybe I have to do a vid. Maybe I will have to do a right. I'm going to see if there is a mullet YouTube video that I can watch. I'm going to find a mullet funny video. I've just saved a video to watch later which features funny Aussie videos. Part 1, Bogan Mullet. No idea. That means me spending money just to buy a bloody mullet wig. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. You bloody Aussies. Have I read any Dan Abnett novels? If I'm honest, not really much of a reader. I'm not much of a reader. I'm films. I need films. It's like Lord of the Rings. The wife struggled, but happily read the Lord of the Rings. Read the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbits books. I just need the films. I need to visually. It just doesn't process. Cricket. Cricket is a little bit boring. Cricket is only good if you're playing it and you're a batter, bowler or wicket keeper. Let's be honest. That is the only time cricket is exciting, is if... That's my, yeah. Eagles are running away with it now. They are running away with it now. I've not, if I'm honest, I've not tried 2020 cricket. I've not tried 20, and I know it's quicker and whatnot. Maybe it'd be one sport that I focus on. I think there's more exciting sports to focus on. However, bearing in mind, I play lawn bowls. It's big over in Australia, I know that. Maybe I could do lawn bowls videos. The Aussies will love it. But I play lawn bowls. If you see... Oh, hang on, I need to go this way. The two big bags down there, it's under the... Yeah. Yeah. I almost have to show you my lawn bowls now. So I play lawn bowls, and it's really boring to watch. But it's one of those things, like I say with cricket, if you're a batter, bowler or wicket keeper, mate, come on, young people love bowls. If you're a wicket keeper, batter or bowler in cricket, it's great. Same with bowls. If you're playing it, it's brilliant. It's a great sport. I've got to show you. I've got to show you my bowls now. Hang on. It's oh man, this is exciting. You Aussies love bowls. Aussies are fantastic at bowls. Yeah, even I find watching it sometimes really boring. Oh man, I've mentioned bowls and I've lost 3 viewers. How cool are them? These, it's not boring black woods. This red and yellow speckles. That is exciting, isn't it? Look at that. And it's got a toaster on. Look, the emblem is a toaster. You tell me bowls isn't cool, guys. You tell me bowls isn't cool, and I will laugh at you, because that is cool. Alright? Yeah. Shove that up your asses, bloody Aussies. Aussies love bowls anyway. Ha! Ha ha! Ha ha! Tom Williamson, ha ha! You know nothing, my friend. I assume in Australia it's the same. I assume in Australia it's the same. It's the same as we think of it here. It's an old person's sport. So I joke. I know exactly what you guys mean. Bowls is seen as an old person's sport. It is over here as well. Oh, it's better than golf. Of course, golf is really boring. But imagine, you're playing bowls, you got a beer in your hand, the sun is shining. Yeah, what better? What better? Anyway, there you go. You know a little bit more about me. I also play bowls. Oh, well, Formula 1. Formula 1, just watching cars go round and round and round and round. Or if you're actually watching live, it's... And then gone. And gone. Great. exciting, exciting. Well, this has been exciting, guys. This has been one of my most enjoyable live streams. The chat has been... Aussies at least have a laugh, don't they, most of the time? Oh, NASCAR's even worse. That really is round in a circle, isn't it? Yeah. There's a lot more bowling clubs than you think, I reckon. Or than you realise, over here especially. Every town has got at least 2 or 3. I bet. I said it's huge in Australia. It really is huge in Australia. And even I know that. if anyone wants to look at... Hang on, it's that side. Look at... Trying to get the comments right. If you like NASCAR, I automatically think you're in love with your sister. You're probably about right. The old rednecks. Rednecks, isn't it? That's about right. Oh, is he going to catch it? No, dropped. See? Arguably AFL. You know, everyone's taking the piss out of bowls, and you've just said that's where you'll find all the Aussies on a Saturday night. Is that all the over 80s that you're talking about, though? First player, it's probably because US stocks are the biggest around the world. I've got stocks and I've got American stocks, so... Lando, I think I've got the rules fairly easy, to be fair, or at least the basics of them. I found Aussie rules laws quite easy to follow. When I first watched the Sydney Derby the other week, yeah, it wasn't difficult to watch. It was easy to watch, which I was surprised about. But yeah, it's not that tricky to watch, is it? There's probably a couple of things that I don't necessarily understand. When there's, I don't know, when maybe there's a foul or something, but there aren't many fouls. It's quite straightforward, isn't it? We're still talking about mullets, aren't we? Still talking about mullets. No. I don't know anyone that watches AFL. No. Over the road, she said she watches it. Our friend Lorna over the road said she watches it. But probably not often. So... Mate, that number 2 Number 2 for Sydney. For Eagles. That is a disgusting mullet. It literally looks like the back end of a chicken. That's gross. Gross. I don't have a team yet. Whether he's still in the chat or not, or in the stream, I think. Hang on. Dave Bell was going to send me a Sydney top, so maybe it'll be a Sydney team. BEA beautiful. Not. Waterman needs a haircut because it's embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. I've not been to Australia. I said my dad found. If people have been in this chat for a long time, but they might have heard already. But my dad found long lost cousins the other year, so he's been to Australia a couple of times because they live in Australia, in Melbourne. I think it's Melbourne. But yeah, no, I've not been. The problem with going somewhere like Australia for us is it's just the cost in flights. The aeroplane costs so much to get over there. That's the main obstacle, the money. Lando, it's cool to want to come to the UK or England, as long as you're not fussed about London. London is... It's probably the same as most capital cities. It's hyped up, but London isn't that great. There's so many lovely things to see in the UK. London is not one of them. Fion. I assume it's pronounced Fion. Hi, Fion. Nice for you to join us. $8,000? $8,000? I'm in a place called Eastleigh. I'm from Winchester, basically right at the bottom of England. But Winchester's lovely. Yeah, say Winchester, but I'm from Eastleigh. I know it. I know the Dockers can pull this back, but they're not going to. Surely they're not going to. It was close at one time, and this quarter, Dockers have just really fallen apart in this quarter. Never say never, I suppose, with the points, but this end's about to finish. I use a streaming service that I've paid for called Ultimate Mania. So I get all the soccer, all the sports, all the pay-per-views and whatnot. The only problem with it seems at the moment, especially with watching the Aussie rules, is the background music with the compilations. Let me turn that down. The background music is, oh man, it's so annoying. You do a reaction, put the video up, and you get copyright basically. Channel 7 HD. We don't even have a channel 7. I'm sure I have an Aussie Rules song, the club songs video to watch at some point, and I watched a little bit of it. I watched a little bit of the Aussie Rules club songs. It just reminds me of football teams in the kind of 90s and 80s where the players would sing the songs. Weird the songs, honestly. 30 viewers, fantastic. It is amazing. It might not seem like a lot, 30 viewers on this. It might not seem like a lot, but all of you, well, we're on 30, 29, whatever it is now. Thank you for joining me. I hope you found it interesting. Hope you've had fun. The conversation's been awesome. Fantastic. Oh, I tell you what you can do. It's not even a half time. What do you call it? A quarter break, whatever it is. Hit the like button if you're having fun. If you're enjoying the conversation. Tom Williamson, thanks for joining me. If you're enjoying, hit the like button, guys. That would mean loads because it just tells YouTube that I'm doing something right. So yeah, please hit the like button down below. What questions we got? What have we got? Don't react to team songs. Yeah, they just sound corny. Really corny and cheesy. Thanks, Lando. I hope you're enjoying. Hey, look, with no crowds, and sometimes the commentary can be pretty piss poor, can't it? Thanks, Fion. Someone said it. Steve Levitsk. Have I said that right? Steve Levitsk. I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, 1 million subs and I grow a mullet. Eclectic Beard, Alan from Eclectic Beard. I've done some videos with him. I've done some videos with Alan from Eclectic Beard. He's a nice guy. Squirrel I've not spoke to. I've subscribed to his channel just to keep an eye on his progress. The problem with the American reacting scene, it's all the same. The American reacting scene is all the same, and this is, and if you've only just joined this live stream, Alan's brilliant. He's such a lovely guy. He's so kind, and he's helped me out loads. When I first wanted to start doing reactions and stuff, he helped me out. Really, really top guy. But yeah, I'm trying to do things differently with my reactions. I've already said this, so if you've heard this and you've been in the live stream since the start, I'm sorry, but I'll say it again for anyone that's new in here. My reactions are, I'm not just you haven't seen me do many big hits videos, AFL big hits, rugby big hits. Yes, I will do the odd one, but I'm trying to do things differently. I'm trying to focus on players, referees. I'm trying to make conversation the same as I did with talking about the sending offs in AFL. I'm trying to look deeper. I'm not just like, whoa, big hits. So I'm hoping people appreciate the difference. And I'm just trying to make it more relatable than a lot of the Americans. But like I said, Alan from Eclectic Beard is absolutely lovely. He's such a nice bloke. But I've not really spoken to any of the others. I've not really spoken to any of the others, if I'm honest. There's a funny one. Stephen, if you can link me that. even like after the stream or whatnot, or on the disc or on my Discord channel, if you can link me that'd be great. I am desperately looking, and I've looked, I can't find any good umpire videos. With the rugby videos I've done referee compilations, because I'm a football referee, I'm a soccer referee, and it's quite interesting looking at the rugby referees and what they do and how they do things. And I can say, well, in football we do it this way. And I want to be able to do that in the AFL referees, but I can't find any good videos, and it's really tricky. But I think it's really interesting, and I think people would like to watch it, especially because I can put my input in as well. Yeah. It doesn't seem like the umpires in AFL really have to do a lot, to be honest. There's not any real decisions they need to make. In football, for example, there's lots. We have so many on-the-spot decisions. In AFL, there's not a lot going on. It's so free-flowing, and there's not many laws, it seems. Yeah. Yeah, in football, if as in soccer, if a player gets injured, it's quite often the fans, especially as long as he's been a fair play, he'll get a clap off if he goes on a stretcher. You say that, Tom Williamson. I'm sure you were going. When I first started becoming a football referee, I had just stopped playing due to injuries, and I remember when I first started playing, I saw a ball coming towards me, and I was desperate to kick it. I still had my playing head on, and I was desperate to kick it, but I didn't, obviously. But yeah, an umpire catching a mark. Oh. He didn't even... The difference is that Docker player then, on 18 minutes and 28, didn't even try and catch the mark. Seems like they're not even trying. Doesn't even seem like they're trying. It is funny though, because the umpires in AFL definitely blow their whistle more than a referee. But it's like every time there's a mark, the referee blows the whistle. But that's like every 5 seconds sometimes. Nope. I still can't take Ginger with the mullet seriously, honestly. Can anyone explain why he got a free kick at the goal? I don't quite understand. Oh, he pushed him. Is that why? He pushed a player off the ball. Is that why? I assume that's why. It's because he pushed a player off the ball who didn't have the ball. God, he's got a shiner. Number 7 for Dockers has a right shiner on his eye. God. I love the commentator. That's pathetic. I'm sure one of the commentators said fucking hell or something like that. I don't normally swear in my videos, but I'm sure one of the commentators earlier on was doing analysis or something, and he was like, fucking hell. What? You definitely would not hear. You would have everyone apologising for having bad language. No, but they shouldn't ever swear, surely. See you later, Gabriel. Thanks for joining me, buddy. It's nice to have you here. Oh, man. The C word. You do not use the C word. I use the sweet C word. But you don't say a C word on telly or at someone else unless he's your mate. Honestly, I'm not joking. Adam, I am not joking. I was watching earlier and the commentator was like, fucking hell, at someone's performance or something like that. I think someone was playing that bad. Oh, nice. No, oh, he dropped it. He dropped it. That would have been an excellent, excellent mark. They got the one instead. Yeah. The Americans don't get the English using the C word, and probably the Aussies using the C word. But we use it at our mates. Obviously, granted, if as a referee, if the two reasons I would send a player off verbal is if someone calls me a cheat or a cunt, they're not acceptable. But if I'm talking to my mate, I call him it. I call him it because it's a bit banter. What's the link? Where? One thing that's interesting about the umpires and one of the signals that the umpires give, and it's the same as rugby. In football, if there's a foul, for example, or if there's a throw in, as a liner or a referee, you signal the way the ball's going to go. So, for example, if the team on the left side win the foul, you signal right because that's the way they're playing. Obviously, I've just noticed in AFL and rugby, the referee signals the direction of where the team is rather than the way they're going. I don't know if any of you have noticed that. Eddie McGraw. I don't know. Adam, I don't know, mate. I'm not sure who it was. It was just as I turned the stream on earlier on. Go on, number 2. Oh, going for the kick. 1. No one wants a 1. Good job you're so far in the lead. Yeah, it's it can be quite tricky. So if ever I run the line, so if I'm not the referee in the middle and I'm one of the linos, the second half, a couple of times I've flagged the wrong direction because you've got to remember the way the team are playing rather than the way that the team positioned. Flog. That doesn't even sound offensive. Flog. Flog. At least see you next Tuesday sounds bad. Flog doesn't sound bad. No, it's first player. Calling someone a wet wipe is not the same as calling someone a see you next Tuesday. Don't be silly. Calling someone a wet wipe is just saying someone needs to get a bit of a grip. Well, it's a new one. Thanks, Adam. I've never heard of that. Completely forgot that the old thing was off. Cheers, Zed Perm. Nice to have you here, mate. Thanks for joining. I appreciate it massively. Nice. Take him down. Take him down. Have a little cuddle. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Sit down, my friend. Nope, nope, nope. This game's got a bit stale now. This game's got a little bit stale. I think this happens in all sports when a team is leading by a chunk, it just loses excitement. See, we have got VAR. Look, you do have VAR. Sort of, if you call it VAR, score review. There is no reason why you can't look on players that punch each other. The problem with this VAR at the moment, the problem with this is that every freeze frame, everything looks blurry. The camera quality is so bad that you can't. It looks really tricky to see any contact because the ball is so blurry. Just look how blurry it is. It needs better frames per second or something because that is not helpful. And I don't even know what they're looking for. What are they looking for? Can anyone tell me? Are they looking at if it touched? Did it touch his foot? It touched his foot. Is that what they're looking for? That is what they're looking for, aren't they? That is a goal. It looks like it touched his foot. But my point is, how difficult is that to see? That is so difficult to see. They really need to up the quality of their video capturing. That is not good. Because you can't even see if it hit his hand. The picture quality is too bad. Like, the ball is far too blurry to see any even change of movement, even the slightest change of movement. It's a goal. 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 That took a very, very long time to work that out. A really long time to work that out. They need to. There we go. That is one thing they need to improve. Their camera technology for the goals. I don't know if you agree. Do you agree? That took far too long to get the image. It was fluke. He knows that was fluke as well, doesn't he? That was so fluky. So, for that sort of goal line stuff, I can understand why it would be pretty rubbish, because you can't even see you can't freeze the frame. You can't ever freeze the frame and see just the shape of the ball because it's all blurry. So that, honestly, I'm sure, surely people would agree that needs to be improved. Arguably AFL, you say it was better before they brought it in, but I'm sorry, it probably wasn't. Surely as a sports fan, you want the correct decisions. You want the correct decisions. You know, that's surely what you want. So I'm not sure if that's. I don't think that's fair. And you're right, Adam. Yeah, $1 billion industry. Yeah, surely they can afford slightly better technology, because that is 10 frames per second. I don't know. Um, Daniel Ricciardo's in the F1. Is that who we're talking about? I think I've got a video to watch of him being funny moments or something. Behind. Am I going to do stream? It all depends. Possibly Sundays. It's hard work getting up on Sunday mornings. Maybe every couple, maybe every three. It's all. I will do the streams as long as I am around and available, basically. Yeah. First player, you're right, man. You are so right. What time is it now? It is 10:08 in the morning. 10:08 in the morning. Early. And I got up at 7 a.m. on a Sunday to watch it, so... someone like Lando, what I would suggest is, so what I do is I put up on my Discord channel, so I've got a Discord server, link in the description. On there I've got a live stream schedule on there, which I update. So if you join the Discord, you can then at least see when I'm watching certain sports or if I'm doing taste testing stuff with the wife. And yeah, if you want to join the Discord, do. It's a nice, easy way of knowing when I'm doing these live streams rather than just finding out randomly. What's a disposal? Can anyone tell me what a disposal is? So like a tackle. Yeah, a tackle, basically. What in football, a tackle? Let me just test the Discord links working. The problem is the old Discord links are a pain because sometimes they can change. If you want to get on the Discord, it seems to be that now. So there you go. I've just linked it for you. Okay, so a pass, basically a pass. A disposal is a pass. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's like so a pass, passing the ball to a teammate. I hope I'm not gonna have to change my bloody Discord link on all my videos again. Ugh. Yeah, this game's gone really stale all of a sudden. Literally, this quarter, the Dockers just seem to have given up. Hmm. I don't think baseball's very big in the UK, if I'm honest. Um, it's like in school. Yeah, in school, for example, baseball's not a thing. In school, we have rounders, which is more or less baseball, or we have softball, which is basically baseball with a big ball. But yeah, no, we don't really have baseball here. I don't think. I'm sure games will be shown, but it's not very popular. T-ball. It's T-ball's when you basically the ball is on a big pointy cone, isn't it? I think, but no, not really. Not really over here. I said netball. Not netball. Sorry. Rounders is the biggest thing, but even that's just a school game. He got wiped out by his own player. Huh. Oh, Jim Richardson's definitely about a minute behind in this live stream. I think. Nick Nat, Nick Nat. Freddie, I've already said get me to a million subscribers and I'll grow a mullet for a day. All right, or I'll walk around with a mullet wig or something. Come on, the Docker's going to score. Are they going to get it from the 50-metre line? One. Well, I think even by looking at the analysis, like looking at the goals and behinds, I think, yeah, West Coast Eagles have just run away with it, haven't they? They really have just run away with it. More goals, more behinds. And the funny thing is, in the first half, and even sort of in the third quarter, Dockers were right in it, weren't they? We were saying that obviously Dockers were scoring, Eagles were scoring, Dockers scoring, Eagles were scoring, and now it's just Dockers just seem like they've given up. All right, 1 million subscribers, and I will grow a real mullet. Okay, that is the deal. You do have to remember that, though. Okay. I do love the way that the umpire on the line throws the ball in behind his head. That's very unusual, I think. An umpire throwing the ball in themselves. I don't. What sports has the umpire actually throwing the ball other than basketball? I suppose basketball throws it up, same as in AFL, but yeah. Pamela. We were saying earlier we've a lot of these Aussie rules players have dreadful mullets, and the Aussies were telling me that they were like, would you get a mullet for 10,000 subscribers? And I said no. And they were like, what about 1 million? So I said, yeah, 1 million. Yeah, 1 million subscribers. I'll grow a mullet because I could probably quit my day job and I won't have to. I could stay inside. I don't have to show people a mullet, do I? I can show everyone online, but not on out in public. Yeah. Well, the first half, Lucas. The first half of this game was brilliant. First half of it was so close. I said both teams were scoring. Yeah, both teams were scoring. It's just the second half that's gone a bit downhill. Yeah, Adam, unlucky, mate. Unlucky. You said 1 million. I certainly I think the actual match in the Sydney derby the other week was amazing. But in that game, in the Sydney derby, the Swans were in the lead for most of the game, and then all of a sudden, and you thought, oh, the game's over. Yeah, I thought the game was over, and then it was in that last quarter where the Greater Western managed to pull it back and win, I think, if I remember rightly. So that was exciting. You thought the game was over, and then all of a sudden they win. But this game was close, and then has done the opposite, and teams run away with it. And it's the same in all sports when a result ends up like this. The last bit of the game just ends up pretty uneventful, and it's like the teams aren't even trying. What a mark. One, two, three, four, five. About 5 players. Those are the impressive marks, aren't they? Those are the impressive marks. The ones where there's about 5, 6 players all trying to get the ball at the same time. And that's what I found. That's what I found impressive about. Was it Liam Ryan that I found it was impressive with him? I think it was. Yeah, I think it was the Liam Ryan or the Rioli one. Can't remember, but he was a short dude, and he would, jump from nowhere. You'd see him, and he wouldn't even be in the mix, and all of a sudden he would come up and judge the ball well and jump higher than all the other players, even though they were about a foot taller than him. Well, we are over. Yeah, I think it was Liam Ryan that I watched. Well, I've still got like 18 seconds and my stream's going funny, but the game is done. Well, for anyone that joined me for the whole thing, thank you. It's just under 3 hours. Surprisingly, considering AFL games are 4 lots of 20. considering AFL games are 4 lots of 20, they do last a while, don't they? But yeah, thanks for joining me. It's been a nice morning. Probably the best live stream I've had for chat and banter, and really good. So yeah, I said once again, if you haven't, if you want to know when I'm doing any live streams, any live watch-alongs or taste testing with my wife and other things like that, join the Discord that I've just linked. That will then, I've got a live schedule up there, so I update that, and then you can see when I'm doing what. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. I will see you next time. Remember to hit the like button as well, and if you don't already subscribe, why not hit the subscribe button?